as of now, the cryptocurrency market looks confusing. It's not for one, it's for all. The majority are looking at the cryptocurrency market and saying what is happening. So if you can see trend in this market, understand that the trend is your friend. If you can see patterns in this market, understand if you can master them, it's gonna help you a lot. Because this is a market where you have a ton of different assets and not all of them are going to survive. You can look at the history of these coins, understand what's happening. Now once you see green, red mixed in different assets, first go look at your portfolio and see what assets are there. Say this is XRP, and in this particular chart for XRP, it definitely looks like it created a strong base here, and it's being pushed from there. Now the price is going down, and each time if you zoom in, you can clearly see that the price in this bear market, you were going up, then coming back down, retesting the moving average, getting rejected, going back up. Now here, this is an inverted chart. So up means down in price, down means up in price. Now here in the bear market was coming back to the moving average range, getting rejected, and eventually it came over the moving averages one by one. 20-day moving average, 50-day moving average, then the 20-day moving average crossed the 50-day moving average. The price got pumped. Each time it go back to that moving average. Price go back, it get pumps. Price go back, it get pumps. So this is happening right now. We are going back and we are testing that moving average range. And eventually, even if we stay here in this range, the moving averages are coming towards the price, and then again the same repeats. We bounce from there. Now yes, this is an inverted scale. You can go here and change to the normal scale to understand this, but what we are trying to do is to see if we have missed something, because we don't want to miss the ideas which exist in the market, because as of now you really can see the world is changing. Here Fed is talking about printing another, a total, now the balance sheet is like 8 trillion and they're still looking to stimulate the economy. And worldwide, when you see these kind of stuff, that's red flag. Countries now come out and started saying, we don't want dollars. If you have a ton of dollars, that's a caution for you. And in this market, when you can make money, you can consider these assets in your portfolio. And especially XRP, when it is showing you this. Now, it's not only XRP which is showing similar pattern, you have others as well. But this is more bullish than you think. But yes, it may take this time, which I'm personally agreeing, right? To reach this top again, it may take some time. You may create this higher low and then consolidate and move higher. So this range of consolidation here seems somewhat larger than this E towards this top, right? So if you look at that, it was back in November and this one came in April. So if you put that into perspective, that's from November, December, Jan, Feb, March, 4.5 months of consolidation. So if that's coming, that's 120, 130 days, it can even get extended to 150 days, we don't know. But we are here to go through the charts and learn different indications which the chart is suggesting you. Now, this is altcoin market cap on a monthly, which is the macro scenario, and this one is Bitcoin on weekly. Now, both of them are intended to show you consolidation phase and the impulsive range. See here, at first, when it was going towards the all-time high or above, was like around 344% above the moving average there. So here, on a monthly, you only get to have that 20-day moving average there. So right now, we are looking at that. Fine, great. Next time, when it pumped and reached that peak, similar to here, at this point in time, it was like 1,400% higher from the 20-day moving average. Then the next time, it was 875, so it reduced. Fine, but not all assets behave similarly. If you look at XRP, USD. Compared with the entire altcoin market, you're seeing like 344, 14x, then around 9x. Whereas in XRP, you see something like this. The increase is way more than that. Meaning, here when you are looking at this, it's like say 3 or 4x, and next one is like 14. So it's 4 times. That's the general market. Whereas here you are seeing similar trend, but the difference is the range of consolidation looks more. Now here it was increasing in a scale like this, and it got even more pump here in the third wave, whereas in the altcoin market cap it was decreasing there. But XRP still had that momentum, which is really important. Now look at this particular area with the price and the moving average fluctuation and compare it with the current range. So first here you got like 684% of the movement to the upside. Fine. Now we don't know whether we are here right now or here, but let's look for being conservative. Say we have already done this phase and we need to do these two. Fine. So in that case, we right now have completed this, which is like 680% from the moving average, but here this time it's just 350%. So say next time when the price is to do this stuff here, we would be doing 800%. So put that into perspective. From here we reach above the all-time highs, again consolidate for some time and then do this. So here if it is 1700%, let's say it goes to 1200%, right? So that's 10x again from there. So if you consider above the all-time highs, which can be from $3.8 towards $6, $7, $8, $10, we don't know, it's going to be another 10x from there. So depending upon what you see in the chart, these are going to give you that insights, because the trend is something which you need to understand. When you go into a macro chart, you see this, but in the same market, if you go into a 4-hour chart or an hourly chart, you may see this. So never get confused only because of these. Look at the macro structure, understand for the long term, and then place your positions, because the charts are showing you a lot of different stuff. And when you get guys suggesting that, XRP is an asset which never follows the pattern, go back in time and look at the videos where we were talking about this particular rounded bottom pattern and the chances of it reaching the first here, which is around 180%, and the second target of 300%. Now you look at XRP, it has done that 180% first and then consolidated more than we anticipated. I agree, but it reached the second target too. So we usually take a particular percentage when we reach a particular percentage of the pump, right? And most of the time we get that profits. Similarly, if you look here, it's more than that, right? We reached till that point. So if you are looking on a macro scale, this is an asset which really follows the pattern, and that's where we see different pattern. Now this is kind of having around 60-65% probability as far as I understand, and this one shows around 70-75% of probability. Here we are connecting from the first towards the changed higher high there, right? This one is being included because you have a higher low here, so which suggests that the change has started. So we are taking it from there. Now if you are skipping this one there, trying to align these 3 points, then you are getting this one. Both of them are bullish. One is trending higher in a macro time frame. The other one is showing you the pattern that we created, one A, B, C, D, E, and came back down, retested to the F and went back up. Now here, right? So if you actually take this bottom till this top of E, that's your target of this pattern. Now remember, here your F is around the bottom of 0.23, 0.24 towards the top here, which is E, say 0.8. So that's like 3-4x. Now consider E is 0.8. If you are putting that into perspective, you are going towards $2.4 to $3.2 mark in your top of this particular pattern, right? So if you get that, now we can actually look at the same, say this is a daily, you can zoom in, you get to see the similar pattern. And if you really want to put that into perspective to understand what it means from this bottom till that roof, you get around 250%. Fine. Now what you can do is you can just plot it from there and see where it goes. Yeah, you get to around 2.4 in between 3.2, so that would be the range. This shows 2.7. Now you can consider even 2.4. We would be getting a little bit of resistance based on the daily fluctuations which were happening back in the days here. So that should be considered. Now when you look at these fluctuations, now put that into perspective here in the chart. If it's going that high and the moving average is somewhere here, will it accommodate with the difference we saw here? No, we are looking for something more, which would be like 600-700%, right? Or even 500-600%. So putting that into perspective, say for example your moving average reached this range and then you are looking for a move to the upside like 500-600%, you are looking for $6, $7 mark. Now the market will show you a lot of different items. What you have to do is try to find the optimum level. You can even average them out and get to a point in price and understand that time series. Once you know that the time is like this, then yeah, that's great. Because if you remember recently I showed you like, the entire market is moving like this in altcoin series, and then we actually saw that the market, altcoin market, was like 30% more than the last market cycle. And I told you there are assets which are moving less than that. So here in this particular chart which I posted for my patrons before, you can actually see this. Compared to the last cycle, XRP is doing great this cycle. Meaning we have already moved higher in wave 1 where we were really slow last time. Then in terms of time, which is the hardest part for a lot of investors here, it definitely looks great here. If you compare these, you kind of understand that, you take all these sample points and extend it here and see where this is happening. And right now you can get that idea easily that XRP is one of that asset which is performing way better. Right now here in this time, you do get to understand that, okay, great, that's not a bad stuff. XRP is not taking too much of days to get to its top, whereas a lot of different coins would be doing that, right? So we don't actually want to confuse you here, but understand in this market cycle, chances are higher that XRP would be reaching the top here. Now, if you want to understand that, you can just go into the compare and put, other coins here, which gives you that clarity. So along with XRP, you can put Ether there. So once you add Ether inside this, now you want to know where Ether actually topped out. Great. Now look at XRP. It happened a little before that. Say it was 14th of January, Ether kind of popped and reached the roof, whereas XRP reached 10 days earlier, right? So that was in the last cycle. And in this cycle, when others are getting extension compared to the bottom and the fluctuations, you can actually get this here. Say here there was just 10 days of gap in between the top. Now you zoom in and you look at XRP here. XRP had its first bottom here, whereas Ether, it was here. So that's actually a huge difference in time. One was in August and one was in December. So if you actually put that into clear number of days, you are seeing 125 days of fluctuation. Now, next change here, you had this pattern which was so similar in between different assets, and you get to see that by that time it's somewhat similar, right? It just reached the next bottom at the same time. So here that 125 days of variation is not being seen. So the clarity here is like when the market is so euphoric, XRP moves so much, it's so volatile to the upside or to the downside. So when the market is moving to the upside here, it again should be giving you that point of idea, because here XRP is kind of moving differently. See here, if you are putting this into perspective, you can see like this one was the pop about this range, which is, say, if you actually put a horizontal line here for Ether and then look at this particular point, that's where Ether moved about that accumulation range. Now put a vertical line there and see what XRP was doing back then, because at that time XRP was lagging. This was the accumulation range. If you see for XRP, it was below that. It went above and reached that range here, right? We reached that top by November 2020. Now, if you look at that, for Ether, it went above and it was reaccumulating there before it moved higher. Now, Ether is at the forefront. So the reaccumulation stage for Ether was here before it started that mark up. Now, here for XRP, if you are looking at this, this is the reaccumulation zone before it started moving higher. Now, when you zoom in to understand that how much it fluctuated and what was the recent top like, you look at this stuff. XRP reached the recent top first and then Ether. So now as the market is gaining more momentum to the upside, the volatility in XRP is increasing. When the market was kind of consolidating and capitulating, it was similar. But during the time of high volatility here to the upside or the downside or here to the upside, XRP is moving faster than others. So this is a general trend which I explained previously, if you remember. If you are looking at this, this is the altcoin market, and we just talked that XRP is kind of moving 10% more than, or say some areas 3%, some 5, some 10, take the average even 5%. It's more or less similar to the last cycle. Whereas here in the altcoin market, it's showing you 30% more time in each sampling points, right? You look at first bottom, second bottom, the start of the bull market, top to top, all of the step, and you kind of understand, okay, that is a possibility that we are going to get extended market momentum. Now, say one thing, you're going to put into the same mixture, you're going to add BTC here, and you're going to put that also into a log scale. Now, look at the same time, you get to understand that here, before XRP peaked, BTC reached that top here, right? So that was 10th December. So if you are zooming in to understand that itself, again, Bitcoin at that time was way earlier than XRP and Ether, right? So now you come to see whether that was the case while reaching the bottom. You can see the bottom was reached for XRP, for Ether and BTC kind of similar time, whereas XRP did it way before. Now, this particular drop of March 2020, the health crisis drop, that was kind of similar for all of them, because that was a fundamental move, not technical one. And then you look at these indicators, you can really see that the price of BTC and Ether is kind of highly correlated. So with that, you can also say that as we are ranging here, Bitcoin reached its top here and started consolidating, whereas Ether lagged there, right? If you look at that, XRP reached again earlier than Ether compared to Bitcoin. Now you come back to the history and you see same stuff. Now that's for the top of the market cycle. Now you look at the wave 2 top. That's again earlier than the Ether and Bitcoin. So that's showing you that XRP was faster than them. Now look at the top of wave 1 for Ether and wave 1 top for Bitcoin. You kind of see these stuff, right? Both of them reached here at the top of wave 1, and XRP was still lagging in the market. It didn't even start its move to the upside, but when it started, it reached the top of wave 2 earlier than others. That's a huge difference there. Now, you can put all of these into perspective within your portfolio to understand. And there are other assets in this market, yes, I agree, which kind of move similar to what XRP moves with this. Right, XRP moves 5% more, whereas the market is 30%. And there, the other assets are moving 60% more in time. So that means you will take 30% more time in that asset to reach its target. That's way extended in towards 2023, late 2022. Now, the choice is yours. It depends on your time. If you have a large time horizon in this market, ready to wait till 2 years, 2.5 years, if you are, then it's fine. But if you are looking for assets which has higher fundamental and which is showing technical possibility that it's going to consume lesser time compared to others, put some there. As it's up to you, but I'm betting my horse in that direction. So if you are looking for updates regarding the market for a lot of different assets, if you have them in your portfolio, to understand what this market is showing you for all of these assets, you can look at the Patreon. The link is given in the description below, where you get all of these updates and all the different assets and possibilities of upside and consolidation and what you can expect in the recent time frame. That's going to help you if you understand whether this particular asset is being accumulated, reaccumulated, or it's looking bullish, or it's gonna look kind of consolidative, sideways movement for 6 months, for a year. You need to understand that particular asset, because you don't want to put more money into an asset which is going to consolidate for a year from now. So that's ideally looking at different patterns and indications for different assets to understand the trend. So guys, if you received value for your time, please do hit that like and subscribe button, because that supports the channel a lot. I'll meet you guys on the next video. Bye for now.